तवास्मीति च याचते अभयं सर्वभूतेभ्यो ददाम्येतत् व्रतं मम. Once again I'll repeat. Shakrudeva prapannaya tavasmiti च याचते अभयं सर्वभूतेभ्यो ददामि तद्व्रतं मम. Yes, Devi Saroja Mataji.
Mataji. Sakrudeva prapannaya tavasmita cha yachate abhayam sarva bhutebhyo dadamye tadvratam mama. Hare Krishna.
Ashok Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Sakrudeva prapannaya tavasmiti chayachate abhayam sarva bhutebhyo dadamyedat pratam mama. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Nandini Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Pranam Mataji. Sakrudeva prapannaya tavasmiti cha yachate avayam sarva bhutebhyo dadame tadvratam mama. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Pushpa Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Sakrudeva prapannaya tavasmiti chayachate abhayam sarva bhutebhyo dadami tad pratam mama. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Padmavati Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Sakrudeva prapannaya tavasmiti chayachate abhayam sarva bhutebhyo dadamye tadvratam mama. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Jagannath Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Sakrudeva prapannaya tahasmita jayachate abhayam sarva bhutebhyo tadamyatat vatam mama. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Rachna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Sakrudeva prapannaya tavasmiti cha yachate abhayam sarva bhutebhyo dadami tadvatam mam. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Lord Rama says, I vouchsafe security against all living beings to one who comes to me only once and seek protection from me, saying, Rama, I am yours. Such is my vow. So we saw the beauty of Saranagati in Ramayana. So they say that it is a Saranagati Shastra. And in the past 3 days, we have been seeing in different kandas, that is the different cantos, rather, how Saranagati is taking place. Okay? And there are so many examples are given. Around 14 were mentioned in one lecture. But I have selected only a few which are very important and which struck as useful to us. So we saw yesterday in the Ayodhya Kanda 2 important Saranagatis. One of Sri Lakshmanaji, and which was immediately successful, and another which Bharat Maharaj or Bharat did surrender to Ram at Chitrakoot, but that was not immediately successful for various reasons, and we went through all of them. So today we will see in the Aranya Kanda. The Aranya Kanda, after Sarabanga Maharishi, he went to the heavenly abode. There were other rishis in the nearby hermitages. They all collected together and they approached Sri Rama. And then they extolled his virtues and said how great king he is, and he is the protector of all. Whether they are living in the forest or living in the city, it is immaterial. You are the supreme master and you are the protector of all. So they surrendered unto him and they told about the atrocities that were taking place. Even though Rama was there, there were atrocities taking place in the hermitages, and the Rakshasas are coming at their will. They are tormenting the rishis and sometimes eating them up. And so many rishis and munis have given up their life because of that. So at last they said, Tataha Tvam Saranyartam Cha Saranyam Samapastitaha Paripalayana Rama Vadyamanan, Manan, Nishacharai. Therefore, we present ourselves before you as you are our protector for the purpose of your protecting us as we are being killed by the night walkers. The Nishacharai means the demons are very powerful during the night. Please safeguard us. So they are asking for their safety. So for that they are coming to the lotus feet of Sri Ramachandra. And then they also go on to say in the next, see the English number of all these slokas are given in the brackets after the translation. This is the Sanskrit numbering. There, of course, the 9 is missing here because maybe I didn't copy it properly. This is all from Valmiki Ramayana. The different kandas, they are 1, 2, 3. The Aranya Kanda is the third one. Balakanda is the first one. Then Ayodhya Kanda we saw. And then now we are coming to the Aranya Kanda. So 3, 6, 19 means the third Aranya Kanda. And 6th is the Sarga, or the chapter is called Sarga in Ramayana. And 19th is the verse. This is for just for your reference purposes. Paratvamaha, Paratvattha, Gatihi, Veera, Padipyam, Na, Upapadyate, Paripalayana, Sarvan, Rakshasebhyo, Ripatmajaha. Other than you, Valorous Rama, no way out is deducible on this earth. Hence, O Prince, protect us, all of us, from these demons. So here, they are giving that principle of Lakshya Titi Vishwaso. There's no other shelter except you. You will protect us. They are very sure that Sri Ramachandra will protect us because he is they also know that he is the Supreme Personality also. So many of them are very great tapasvis. So they knew the truth of Sri Ramachandra's incarnation and how he has come there. And they surrender unto him, telling that we have got no other shelter. And this is one very great virtue of the Saranagata. So, Goptritve Varanam. So they also think that he is the one who is going to give us the protection, and and whatever he gives will be good enough for us. So those two qualities, the more the Rakshasya Yatiti Vishwaso, that is reflected in this sloka of the sages. And so then Ramachandra, who was so Shaushalya, was one of his great qualities. He could come down to the level of, even though he was the Supreme Personality, even though he was a royal prince, he could come down to anybody's level. So, and also he was very, very sweet spoken, soft spoken and sweet words he used to say. And so on hearing the sages, he said, "Oh, you don't have to surrender. You can command me to do that. After all, I have come with this purpose also." He reveals his the Avatara Rahasya, or why he has incarnated. So in this verse, you will see that. In 3.6.23, he replies, Viprakaram apakrishtum rakshasaihi bhavatam imam pituhu tu nirdeshakar karaha pravishto aham idam vanam. So this is 3.6.23. I entered this forest as ordered by my father, and even to obliterate the undesirable state of yours owing to the misdeeds of demons. So here the acharyas like Govindaraja and Maha Tirtha, some Maha Vishnu Tirtha, something like that. So the great acharyas, they interpret this verse saying that Rama is telling that I have not come only to keep up the word given by my father. So only to obey my father, I did not enter this forest. I also came with this purpose of protecting you all from the misdeeds of demons. So here they are saying is a very significant verse where Rama is alluding that even though he did come on the command of Dasaratha, it was a concomitant factor. The main factor is that he wanted to eliminate the demons and protect the sadhus. Just like we hear in the fourth chapter of Bhagavad Gita, the Lord says, Paritranaya sadhunam vinachaya cha dushkrutam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge. I come again and again to protect the sadhus against the demons. That is one of my that is the reason for my incarnations, isn't it? So the same thing Rama is also telling here. Then comes the Sundarakanda. I have left the Kishkinda Kanda. There was one Saranagati, but I thought I couldn't cover everything. So the important ones I'm covering here. So in Sundarakanda, now we all are listening to the story of how Hanuman went to Ashokavana from Harisham Prabhu. You would have heard all this and how he traversed and went to Sri Lanka and he found Mother Sita in Ashokavana, and now he has come back. He has come back to Sri Rama Chandra and he has given the head piece of jewelry called that is the Chudamani, and he tells Ramachandra that I saw Mother Sita there. She is in great trouble. She is remembering you all the time. So she wants you to go and protect her. All that he is giving. Then he also gives him as a evidence that he really saw Sita, because this jewelry was thrown here and there by Sita Mata while going on the aeroplane with Ravana, so that somebody might give this jewelry to Rama, and so he will understand the direction in which she has been transported or kidnapped. So then that jewelry he could have got by other means also. So Sita Mata is giving him a story that is known only to Ramachandra and herself, and which is not even known to Lakshmana. And there one Kakasura, he is taking Saranagati. So this comes in Sundarakanda, where Sri Hanuman is explaining to Ramachandra what Sita Mataji told him in confidence, to impress upon Rama that Hanuman had really seen her. So here Kakasura or Jayanta, his other name was Jayanta. He was born to Indra. He is the son of Indra. He had some bad designs regarding Sita Mata. So when Sita Devi was in the Chitrakoot, one day Lord Rama was sleeping on her lap, and so she was keeping still and quiet so that he is not disturbed. Because the Lord Ramachandra was sleeping, she didn't want to disturb him. At that position, where the Kakasura, when a giant, the son of Indra, takes the form of a crow, so he is called Kakasura. And he had the Asuric tendency, that is why he is called Kaka Asura. So he came near Sita Mata and he was looking at her very, very for a long time, and then seeing her beauty, he went and pecked at her chest. It was painful for her with his sharp beak when she was pecked, but she kept quiet because she didn't want to disturb Ramachandra's sleep. And then again, so the crow was all the more encouraged. So nothing, no reaction is coming from Sita Devi. So again he came and again pecked at her chest, and this time he drew blood, and when blood dripped on Sri Ramachandra, he got up and he was very angry. He saw who is that person who is courting danger from a 5-hooded snake. That much anger he was. So he saw around and he saw the crow and the blood of Sita Devi on his beak. So he understood that this must be the culprit. So he takes one kusha grass, that is darba, and he makes that darba into Brahmastra. He says that mantra, and the crow is very fast. And he's an Asuric crow also. He fled immediately when Ramachandra, he got up and he was angry. Immediately he know the result, then so he ran away. But then when Brahmastra is sent, and it is a very like a guided missile, so it can go to the target, and exactly only the target will be annihilated, and not anybody else who is standing nearby or anything like that. Much more accurate than our nuclear bombs and atomic bombs and all that, and the guided missiles which we have made, man-made missiles. So the Brahmastra, that Darba Kusha grass has turned into fire, and now that is coming after him. And he is running here from pillar to post, seeking refuge. And he went to the sages, he went to the celestials, he went to the demigods, one by one, Lord Shiva, Brahma, and his own father. But he was forsaken by everybody, including Indra, because Indra saw the Brahmastra following him, and he had no power to oppose the Brahmastra. So he said, I don't have any solution for you. You go back and surrender unto the Supreme Lord himself. Whoever put this Brahmastra, you have to go back and surrender. So now this the crow or Kakasura is coming back. And here, Sa Pitracha Parityakta Sarai Sarve Maharishibhi Three Lokan Samparikramya Rataram Na Adigachati. So forsaken by all the celestials, Indra, its father, and the sages too, that crow did not find a protector even after going down all the three worlds. So the three worlds he did parikrama, and he couldn't, there were three worlds of the heaven, earth, and the lower regions, that is Patala Loka and all that. So he could not find any protection, so he came back. And then he says this verse, O destroyer of the enemies, being frightened, the crow came to your presence once again and sought your protection. That is, Hanuman is telling Ramachandra. This is what Sita Devi told me. Though fit to be killed, you on your part, affording shelter in mercy to the crow, protected the crow which had fallen flat on the ground. So here he had taken Charanyaha Charanagatam. So then Vada Arham Api Kakusta. Even though he was fit to be killed, he was a bad person. He had even attacked the most merciful Sita Devi, and even it would have been fitting for him to be killed. But Kakusta means it is referring to Rama. It came in the dynasty of Kakusta. And Kripaya Paripalaya. But you showed mercy and protected the crow who fell at your feet. So, and who sought your protection. That is your greatness. So this Saranagati is exemplifying that great mercy of Sri Ramachandra and Sita Devi. And all the Saranagatis are usually successful because the Sita Devi also casts her merciful glance upon them. And no demon is killed when she is present. Because she is so merciful, no demon. She, even for demoniac people like Kakasura, she will not allow them to be killed. So Rama had no other way than to give him shelter, because she herself, the victim, has forgiven the crow. And so that is the hope for us. If an Asuric person like Kakasura, he is given shelter by the Supreme Lord, and the internal potency Sita Devi, she is so merciful that even Kakasura's case is presented to Sri Ramachandra and says, oh, you forgive him. Okay, he did it in a bad, say it was something bad, but then okay, he is asking for your shelter, so forgive him. So there is hope for us. We are not at least as bad as to go and attack Sita Devi. So if we are also able to do Saranagati one day, because the bhakti is to culminate in the Saranagati. That is why in the 18th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, the essence of the Gita is spoken of as 18.66, where Krishna is talking about Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mamekam Charanam Braja. So that is Saranagati is also the essence of Bhagavad Gita, not only Ramayana. So there is still hope for us. With this positive note, let us end here today. Tomorrow we'll see yet another great Saranagati.